Alright, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay. Okay, so this is kind of an unusual video on my channel since most of my videos are video edits. But I just really want to make this video and express something. I really just want to let this out. So, Amphibia ended, and I can't believe it ended. It's actually been a hell of a ride. This show had a huge impact on me in 2019. I really don't know what to do since the show is over. And in my whole time watching cartoons, this was the first show that I have been to from the start all the way to the end. I have been in the fandom for the whole ride, but I was just really quiet most of the time. But now, to show my tribute, I want to share my adventure with this amazing show. Before we start, I would like to share a short story about how I got into cartoons in the first place. This might be a load, but I'll try to make it quick. Back in 2018, I was informed that Adventure Time ended, and I was kind of bummed that one of the Renaissance shows in Cartoon Network ended. So I was on my bed scrolling through Instagram till I saw an edit about Adventure Time. This actually got me into the video editing community based on what you can see in my channel. And actually, this is also the reason why I got into AGR in the first place. And you can see that on the majority of my channel, since the song Netflix strip that was played on the edit really relates to every show ending. Now the finale's done and I am alone, but who I am is in these episodes, so don't you tell me that it's just a show. So I binge watched all the episodes of Adventure Time, and once I did, I felt really disheartened. At that time, I actually regret not watching cartoon shows as a kid. Because at that time, I was so focused on school and other things that, qualify me to be a mature person. To the point that I forgot to have fun and be a kid again. It's basically that sad meme that when you're a kid, you want to be an adult. But now that you are one, you want to be a kid again. So, fast forward a bit to 2019 when I got into Steven Universe. But at that time, I was already in Season 5, Diamond Days era, so I kind of bumped late into the fandom. But at the same time, I also entered another show that we all know, Amphibia. And there I was really early in the fandom. A show about a human in a frog world who has wild adventures. So, I am going to pick the highlights of my adventure here, so if I miss out on important stuff or get a bit biased, I am really sorry, because I'm just gonna express all of my emotions here rather than giving logical points. I mean, there will be, but I'm just gonna cry every time I'm doing this. Oh god. So yes, starting here, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the entirety of the show, please be careful. So, let's start. When I first saw the episode, I was like, alright, this show looks promising. And boy, was I f***ing right. The adventures with Anne and Sprig in Season 1 were so well written that once I rewatch the show, I always freaking cry.
You're a hero! An ugly hero!
With its other characters, it comes to show how well thought and diverse their character arcs are. Even if people think spending time with the background characters is somewhat fillers, it is amazing how these characters show different moods and messages they give in the series. Let's take Wally for instance, and in my opinion, he is one of my favorite background characters in Amphibia. He started out as one of a madman at the start of the series, and heck, he was even the first frog to interact with Anne. But as he was interacting with her in a few episodes, he seemed to be really cool to be around. Even at that one episode when he was at 𝗵𝗵𝗹𝗆 by the name of 𝗼𝗵𝗆𝗆, I don't know how to pronounce that. It may have some comedic vibe, but it shows a great message of being true to oneself even if other people say otherwise. So going through Season 1, just like any other series, it usually starts with random adventures. But as time goes on, it gets more intriguing. Take Toad Tax, for example, wherein Anne wants to gain respect from the people in Wartwood, even if she was already there for like a month already. Her fighting back against the Toads from getting their unearned tax shows how much she cares for the planters and the community. And with that, he was no longer seen to be a monster or a threat in Wartwood.
Oh, thanks guys.
Fast forward to Reunion, we get to see Sasha and Anne interact for the first time in Amphibia, which led to chaos.
Hey everyone, this is a sham!
And remembering that fight, a lot of things happened. Sasha being manipulative, Sprig having Anne's back, and the fall. I was super hyped about what happens in Season 2. Then, Season 2 came along, and holy shit, 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗴. We were able to see 𝗺cy visit 𝘂𝗵𝗵 and get to know more about Sprig and Polly's parents. Yeah, that episode was one of my favorite episodes in season 2.
You know, I've always wondered, can you miss someone you never actually knew? That's silly. I mean, of course you can't.
We tend to usually see Sprig as this fun and energetic kid, but when he mentioned his parents to Anne, it comes to show how much they've grown in their friendship. Their willingness to express their emotions and opening up is just... oh god, I can't even explain it, but oh my god. I even played the end credits of Hopping Mall on my piano because I freaking love that episode. True Colors came along and Disney, leaked the fucking episode. Even if it was leaked, I waited it out rather than watching it because it's the right thing to do. And totally not because I had exam and theater rehearsals. But I still remember the one thing that still haunts me, and that's this.
This episode has some intense final scenes. It might be scary for younger viewers.
Oh my god! Once that aired, I was speechless and obviously crying. We all know that one scene that traumatized all, but for me, this hit harder.
That's the thing about friends, isn't it? The more you love them, the more it hurts when they go. Allow me to demonstrate.
Oh god, until now I still can't process this. And everything that they've been through with those 10 seconds of memories, that struck me. I didn't even expect that from a Disney show. Oh my god. That episode was a roller coaster. Wow. Season 3! Oh god. We get to see Anne and the Planters going to Earth. I still remember crying at the first preview of Season 3, wherein Anne reunited with her family. It wasn't even 2 minutes and I was crying! In the whole Season 3A, the Planters trying to blend in with the community was kind of a great ride. Heck, even Sprig's outfit is so adorable. I really want to buy that face mask and wear it everywhere because, yes. Okay, so I actually just bought it. Oh, I really love this face mask so much. But as the season goes on, it gets super tense. From driving a food truck by being haunted by the fucking FBI. We also see the change in Sasha when she read Anne's journal, which made me tear up. We also get to see Sprig wanting to be a part of the 𝗵𝗁 family badly because, we fucking saw 𝗵𝗵. F you, Andreas. He's fucking... oh god. We also saw the tragic moments of Mr. 𝗵𝗁𝘁. We also get to see Hop Pop's acting career on Earth, which was really funny. And we got to celebrate Sprig's birthday, with Anne just spending more moments in Spring just makes my day. At that time when Anne gave Spring a present. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I just love Spring so much. I even love the Christmas special with Rebecca Sugar singing at the start and the end. That was really a great way to end the episode. I still remember watching this at a hotel and my parents were inside, and I tried my best not to cry in the end because of that one scene with Sprig giving the action figure to Anne. Oh my god, that was amazing. And at that last scene wherein Anne sent messages to Sasha and Marcy's parents, that was a tearjerker, seeing that Anne was having a great debt of sympathy to making a letter telling their parents that their kids were stuck in another world for the past 5 years. And looking at how Sasha's parents are divorced, that was a lot to process. We even get to see the action figure Spring made! Oh my god, okay, I should stop. Now with the last half of the season, when they finally go back to Amphibia, we saw some characters that we didn't really expect them coming back, like Tritonio, Barry, Domino 2, and even Jeremy with Gary. We also got to see new characters with their amazing contribution to the story, such as Mother Owm, Leaf, and the young version of Andreas back then. And when I heard his voice, I immediately thought of Hunter and was freaking out. Oh god, Hunter's my beloved. I can't. But now, I want to share the final 3 episodes that broke my heart into pieces. The beginning of the end, All In, and the hardest thing. Hopefully I won't get too emotional for this. Hopefully. The beginning of the end, we see a flashback wherein the trio are having a sleepover while watching War of the Warlocks. This part with Marcy was actually a mood, and it really hurts when it happens. Showing someone something that you cherish and they just do not give a fuck. That hurts. And believe me, we've been through this and it's not good. While the group is attempting to avoid those Frobo robot guards in the hallway, Sasha wonders if she and Anne can repair their friendly relationship with Marcy. Oh my god. We get to see Olivia and Yunnan being mind-controlled, then Anne and Sasha beat the shit out of them by doing just dance moves. But from there, we saw Darcy again.
Why did you do this?
She even... Oh my god. As they were trapped, Darcy even tried to kill Anne for f***'s sake. Like, holy shit. With the plot convenience, thank god they didn't. And Darcy and Andreas were clueless on what would happen to the box. And now at the end, they were about to invade the freaking Earth. All in started with a flashback of Anne's 13th birthday throwing a K-pop dance party in her school. We also get to see their principal in the school, and the trio was called into the office because of their prank. Sasha and Marcy are let off the hook by Principal Murphy, but only because they should use their abilities and strengths for more productive causes. However, realizing that Anne requires the most assistance of all three really portrays a great message of finding oneself. And when I saw the essay that Anne was supposed to write, Who Am I? As an _HGR fan, I had to relate this to one of my favorite songs. Finding our purpose in life is what made Anne think in this whole episode. We get to see Anne's parents one more time. We saw Frobo 2.0. We saw Marcy and Andreas' first interaction. We even get to hear Blackpink's song in the background.
Well, hello there, sweet life giving K-pop.
God, I wonder how much they pay for that. We saw the course Mind Space. We got to see 𝗫's arm cut off. Oh my god. Anyway, basically, a lot of shit happened that I cannot even put in this one video. But the whole episode, I want to share my two favorite moments there. One would be the herons. Herons? Yeah. The same herons that ruined their home. The same herons that killed Sprig and Polly's parents. And oh my god, in all honesty, that was hard to watch without crying. And when Anne's parents were being attacked by the heron, they snapped out of it and fought back.
You think we're gonna sit here for another second while you try to take away the only family we have left? You've got another thing coming!
That f***ing broke me. I mean, at this point, when am I not broken, you know? Okay, the other scene that I want to talk about is when Sprig reads Leaf's letter to Andreas. That was amazing. He reads the letter to him, explaining that despite fleeing and starting a new life in Wardwood, she never stopped loving him and wished that he would get over all of his hatred, urging him not to isolate himself from others as a result of their broken friendship. After that, after Sasha removes the internet cable from Darcy or whatever, he lets Anne have the finishing blow and accepts defeat. And holy shit, he's a f***ing cyborg, oh my god! And there, we finally see the trio back together again, and Marcy starts apologizing for all the actions she committed, and Sasha and Anne forgive them with a great message.
I know it's hard, Marcy, but no matter how much we fight it or deny it, things change. We can't stop it. But nothing, not distance or time, can break the bond that we share, because nothing can take away the memories of the time we spent together.
And that one scene that just specifically focuses on Sprig, oh my god, why? That hurts. Now, the episode that ends the whole adventure, the hardest thing. Oh, I can't believe it's over. I just want to fast forward to the emotional parts, I'm sorry. I guess it all starts with Anne using all the stones. Knowing that Mother Ohm said that there is an unstoppable power to defeat the core, it should be used if there is no other choice, because it would cost Anne's life. Then, we see Sprig who is in denial, and oh god. Wait. We see Sprig who's in denial to let Anne commit Alt F4. I can't explain how well made this was. He demands Frobo to take him to Anne and ask her to not do it. He was his everything. His life changed because of her, and he couldn't do anything without her. Anne destroys the core for good, and as everyone in the community celebrates, we see Anne become colorless and slowly dying. After that, when Anne passed, Anne wakes up in a weird place that looks like purgatory or something. We get to hear the cosmic guardian, who apparently is the voice of Ruby in Steven Universe. The guardian wanted to offer a job to Anne to be a guardian herself, because she was the only mortal that used the stone's power for good. But Anne passed the offer, which I completely agree, because holy shit, she's a 13-year-old, goddammit. A lot of pressure for a kid. This is why you have Hunter and Steven and every traumatic kid in cartoons. But as she proves her point that she has a whole life ahead of her to make changes, the guardian was convinced to send her back to life. And as she goes back, we see the community mourning her death and then see the scene.
What's everyone looking at?
Not now, Anne. We're mourning the loss of a true hero and the greatest kid who ever...
Anne?
Eh?
Hey, dude!
Please, I'm not the only one who cried here. 3 shards are seen in Anne's pocket that can be used to open the portal back to Earth, but it's only a one-time use. Everyone said their goodbyes, but the best goodbye would be Sprig by a long shot. Oh my god. I can't believe that they won't be able to see each other again. Even if it takes... Even if... I can't. I actually can't. Even if it was a couple of months, they made the... Oh god. Even if it was a couple of months, they made the best memories together. I really can't express them right now because holy... Oh god, I can't express... She even gave Sprig her phone as a souvenir. And that is really a next level type of friendship that I think no one can really top off. We also heard the final iconic line ever.
Spran against the world. Spran against the world.
I can't. I actually can't. Oh god. As the trio had their final bow and leave Amphibia, we see one final hug from Sprig and Anne. That smooth animation was so impactful, I swear to god. And in the end, we see Amphibia united. Frogs, newts, toads, and everything. We even got a reference from all the way from the first ever episode with Wally going out to Stumpy's. We get to see Polly grow up as a frog. We see Loggle no longer buff because of a cheat day. We get to see Toadie being mayor. We get to see Olivia and Yunan going on with their relationship. We get to see Andreas using the bots to take care of the land. We even get to see Sylvia and Hop Up together. And finally, we see Sprig with a new look while using Anne's phone. He even took an adventure to see the Mossman and take a picture of it when Anne couldn't. We can even see all the adventures and drawings on the side all about Anne, which was really cool. During the ceremony to celebrate Anne, Ivy does the final ambush on Sprig and asks for an adventure. As he looks back at that statue of Anne, he runs with Ivy. 10 years later on Earth, we see Sasha and Marcy at the airport together again in order to visit Anne for her 23rd birthday. As the show ends, we see Anne in the Aquarium of the Pacific in the frogs section as a herpetologist, sharing one last message. Change can be difficult, but it's how we grow. It can't be the hardest thing to realize you can't hold on to something forever.
Sometimes you have to let it go. But of the things you let go, you'd be surprised what makes its way
Back to you. This was really a roller coaster ride. I still can't believe it's over. So thank you, Amphibia, for all the memories of the past 3 years. Thank you to Matt Braley and the crew for making this masterpiece. I also want to thank the whole community for sharing different content, whether it's reactions, memes, video edits, or I don't know, Tomota's amazing abridged series. Oh god. I really can't thank all of you enough for bringing this show to life. This community will always have a special place in my heart till I grow older. And I'm glad to be a part of this adventure. I don't know what is to come for this community, But whatever it is, let's always remember the great things we made. Nothing will ever change how much this show means to me. Not time, or space, or being worlds apart. So, Amphibia's gone, and I wish it were not. I'm gonna miss you, Amphibia.